Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and
gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen.
John Peterson.
Gordy.
Young.
I love the record scratching stuff. You know, it's always hard to get that effect.
Well, yeah, especially
Nowadays.
since turntables don't hardly exist.
I know. You must have done extensive research to get that,
I
or
did.
a turntable.
I did. Yes, both.
I'd love it.
Yeah.
92.7 WMDX, John and Gordy in the morning. And
morning.
it is an awful morning. You got to dig your car out. If you park your car outside, it's just a nightmare. You know, I snow blowed around it, so I
Right.
snow blowed on it, I guess.
Wait, you used the snowblower last night, I imagine, right?
I did, yeah.
But you didn't take the snow off your car?
I didn't. I forgot. I
You
forgot
added
to
to
take
it.
off. Yeah, I know. It was like 2 layers because it just kept snowing after, I snow blowed. And so now there's another inch out there, but screw it, That's what I'm telling my neighbors right now. Screw it.
What do they have to do about
At
it?
least you didn't have to dig yourself out of snow with an ice scraper. I think I've told
You've
that
done
story.
that,
I
yeah.
told that story on the show once before.
right.
Because I went in the ditch and I was late for work and I tried to use an ice scraper as a shovel.
And that didn't work. You broke it, right?
No, yeah, it did break, yeah.
All right. Yeah, it's not a good thing. I do my neighbors as well. Yeah, and
That's nice.
They throw me a few cents.
Do they?
So I can help them out. And
They throw coins on the ground.
Yeah, in the snow. So I do at this front sidewalk, you know, and in the driveway for all 3 of us.
Wow.
Yeah.
A little extra
It's
work
a
for
joint
you.
driveway.
The boys get involved? The young guys live in your
The
house?
boys?
Yeah, your sons?
My sons?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, did they help you out?
I don't remember.
Do either one of them know how to do the snow thrower?
Actually, we have foisted everything off onto my younger son, Brett, who's 22. He seems to be more talented at all this. Cole is much more talented at avoiding all of this.
I see.
He just got a GPU, a graphics card for his computer, and he installed that the other day in the kitchen because it's brighter in the kitchen. And now we've got boxes and bubble wrap and everything else sitting around the countertops. He could put some of that stuff away.
Yeah.
He's been glued to his screen ever since. Huh?
Yeah, well, now he loves that thing. It's gigantic. This graphics card is like 3 slots thick. So, the slots in the back of your computer, it's 3 of those.
So what does that mean? It just has superpowers?
It means it's got triple the power.
It's super power.
So very fast.
Yeah.
And that helps out how?
I think it's a 4080 or 5080, something like that, NVIDIA.
And why does he need that kind of graphics power?
A lot of the software games out there online require this kind of card or at least this kind of power. So the graphic capabilities.
Excellent.
And it works out really well for him. He paid for it. And we went down to Chicago, I told you.
Yeah.
I didn't go down, but Ann did
Right.
with Cole, and they got this card, and it works.
Very cool. Yeah, I did a little bit of snow shoveling last night, a couple of sidewalks.
You got the corner, boy. That's
I got
not
the
a good
corner,
one.
yeah. And it's tough because there's a hill. And people are constantly walking through there anyway to get to the bus stop and to Barrique's, which is right at the other corner. And, so I got it mostly, pretty well taken care of. But I have that slope. No, I didn't salt it. People are on their own. Screw it.
It's a hill.
Yeah, it's fine. Anyway,
they can do the old slide thing down the hill.
I have bigger things to do. I have to shovel my slanted driveway. It has quite an angle to it up into the little garage there.
Yeah.
And it's weird. The other day with the ice was happening. That was really hard to do.
How'd you do that?
Well,
You're going to have to get a bucket or at least a bag of salt.
Oh, I do have it.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I just use it sparingly. I don't want to overload the salt, because, it's for the lakes.
That's
and
good.
stuff.
That's very conscious of the lake water that we have.
Yeah.
I do it too, very sparingly. You don't need a lot.
You don't need a lot.
Yeah,
Right.
it melts and then it spreads out.
It's still there. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
And then last night, I went with my friend Kurt. He came down from Sauk City, and we went to go see Eddie 9-Volt at High Noon Saloon. Eddie 9-Volt, interesting guy.
Really?
Had a nice little band. Yeah. Went out last night, and it was a good crowd.
Mm-hmm.
They're from Atlanta, Georgia. Eddie 9-Volt and his band. And
Where was that again?
High Noon
High
Saloon.
Noon. Okay.
Yeah, you've been there.
Yeah, a number of times. You and I have been there.
That's true.
There's a photo of us in there.
Is there?
Yeah.
I
Well,
don't
not
remember
in,
that.
Not in High Noon Saloon like they would really, cherish
I think it was
or something.
for St. Patty's Day last year.
Yeah,
that
it
you
was.
guys
Oh,
were
it was?
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I think Sam took it, right? I think it was. What did you bring your Polaroid?
I may have. I don't
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah. No, I think you did because I wouldn't have the photo if you didn't.
Yeah. So anyway, it was a good time last night. I didn't stay for the whole show. I was like, I got.
You don't stay for the whole movies. You don't stay for the
No,
whole
I
shows.
cut out early.
Well,
Once I
that's good. They start early now because everybody goes to bed early.
Well,
All the seniors go out to see concerts. The young kids don't.
I wish they had started earlier. It started with a warm-up band at 8:00.
Oh,
Like,
no.
And then I stayed through. Then Eddie 9-Volt came out.
What is it? What is Eddie 9-Volt?
He's a guitar player
Oh, okay.
with a backup band, basically. And
Cover songs.
no, all original stuff.
Excellent.
Yeah, it was good.
Great.
Fun times.
All right.
But then I had
times.
to leave.
Good times.
This portion of the John and Gordy Morning Show is brought to you by Verlo Mattress.
Mm-hmm.
Sleep better, dream bigger on a handcrafted Verlo mattress. Check them out on Madison's east side or west side, or go to verlo.com. Do we have the National Day calendar?
Does that answer your question?
Yes, it does. Thank you, Sam. What is it or is it not? Hang on a second. Is it National Tortellini Day?
Yes.
National Cheddar Day?
Yes.
National Giving Hearts Day?
Yes.
National Galentine's Day? Galentine's
Okay.
Day? Or National Hiccup Day?
It's
Which
not,
day?
It's not Hiccup Day.
Very observant of you.
Okay.
You get a shiny new dime.
Would we celebrate hiccups?
I think we should. Some people walk around
Nightmarish thing.
hiccuping all the time.
Oh,
they
man,
get-
that's awful.
Yeah, wouldn't it?
When you can't get rid of it, wow.
yeah.
You start freaking out, thinking
Right.
you'll have to go to the emergency room or
Right.
at least, urgent care.
There have been those stories where people can't stop at all.
Yeah,
no
and they
matter
die.
what. Yeah, well,
They die.
well, okay. Not immediately, unfortunately. Well, whatever.
What a way to go.
I know.
Okay.
Speaking of ways to go, I came across a story this morning. This woman who was on a safari, and she was chased by a hippopotamus.
Those things are vicious, aren't they?
Yes, that's
they
what
get angry.
That's what they say. Very territorial.
Yeah.
And this thing picked her up with his mouth and crushed her head and
God.
body.
Oh, wow.
That
Come
is,
on, man.
I know. I'm still trying to work my way through.
Thanks for
Why did I
sharing.
read the story and why did I pass it along to you?
Yes.
Oh my
right.
God! Well, yeah, never mind.
So you're taking
She
a trip
died.
to Africa next month, right?
Yeah. Well, her husband is suing the touring company.
Who's he suing?
But
the
they have
hippo?
disclaimers. They have disclaimers saying,
Yeah,
it's a
yeah.
dangerous territory. We can't take responsibility for everybody out
Right.
there.
It's
like
And she
they-
miscalculated how fast this hippopotamus
Right. It's like the
was.
kind of people that in Yellowstone or whatever go up 20 feet away from a buffalo to take
Oh,
a picture.
That's crazy
Stupid.
stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Hey, it's Galentine's Day. What do you think that is, John?
I don't know. Drinking gallons of something?
No. This brings women together to celebrate each other every day the day before Valentine's Day. Women all have one friend. That
Why
one
didn't I
friend
think of that? Why?
who cheers on her female companions.
Oh.
She's their best supporter, their listener, their companion. No matter what, she has your back. She's the lady who celebrates ladies. The day is the kind of day that women would like to throw a party, and they should on Galentine's Day. It's a
That doesn't-
pre-Valentine's Day.
You haven't
thing.
convinced me at all.
How to observe
See,
Valentine's
But the
Day.
thing is, women stay in contact with each other all the time. They don't have special days for doing this stuff. You know, women are good at that. Guys,
guys don't care.
no.
Host a Gallon Day party, Galentine's Day party, it says. Create special Galentine's recipes and cocktails. Have a dance party.
They're really desperate to try to make this a real holiday.
Give
aren't they?
each other a pep talk, TED Talk. I guess it's been happening for some time, according to this. 2010, during the 6th season of the comedy Parks and Recreation, character Leslie, that's Amy Poehler, throws an annual Galentine's Day party for her girlfriends. So it all started with a TV show,
Okay.
Parks and Recreation.
Wow.
Which is a great show.
Well, that's good. I mean, that would be a current
Yes,
National Day calendar item.
that's what it would be. Let's see. You don't care, and neither do I. So let's move on. National Giving Hearts Day. Well, it's the day before Valentine's Day.
The hearts, the little candies.
Yes.
Right?
National Tortellini Day. Do you like tortellini?
Yeah, I do,
You're
actually.
Italian, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I am half Italian, half Norwegian.
Sam, do you have anything quickly for the history books? You want to open one up?
Oh,
Or
boy,
check
do
the
I.
internet?
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh, it's National Cheddar Day. I forgot to mention.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, forget that. We're
How
the
could you
cheddar
forget
state.
that? Yeah.
Well,
It's a cheddar
okay.
state.
All right. It's cheese. Do you like it? I don't know.
No,
What
it's
else do
more
we
than
say?
It's the best kind of cheese.
It's more
Okay.
than cheese. It's the best cheese. We make the best cheese in this state. My God.
All right. Would you like to hear the history of some cheddar cheese?
Yes, I would,
Okay.
actually. Skip the cheddar.
Cheddar first rolled into the village of Cheddar in Somerset, England. See, that's why they named it in the 12th century. While cheddar accounts for more than a third of all the cheese sold in the U.S., it's a royal hit in the U.K. where it was created. In fact, more than half of the cheese sales in the United Kingdom go to cheddar.
Well, I can imagine that. Yes, it's a great tasting cheese.
So celebrate cheddar cheese today. Okay.
Remember when Europe and I think even England tried to take possession of all these cheese names and wine names,
Right, yeah.
right? Because we were stealing their cities' names,
Right.
and making believe that wine was from there. And it's just they wanted to take. I don't know whatever happened with that.
I
Probably
don't know
nothing
either.
because we're still using them.
Yeah. There are all kinds of cheddar cheeses.
Yeah.
Sharp, extra sharp, mild.
Yep.
Yeah. Enjoy some cheddar cheese today.
Hey, we're cheddar.
What?
What is it? We're in Cheese
This
Land.
is Cheeseland, yeah.
We'll get into the history book with Sam momentarily on John and Gordy.
I'm going to Cheeseland, the Dells in Door County. I'm going to Cheeseland.
102.7 WNDX. John and Gordy in the morning, broadcasting from the capital city, Madison, overlooking State Street, snow-covered State Street.
Yeah, we didn't get to the weather yet. It's 8 degrees currently, and
High of 15 today, right? I'm just predicting it. That's all.
that's what you thought.
That's what my bones say. 15.
Okay,
Should we check out the bar dice?
sure. Do we have the bar
We don't
dice?
have. We don't have.
We don't have the bar dice.
Ah, that's right.
We lost
What
them.
happened
They're
to the bar dice?
Well, they're the smallest thing, so they're easy to lose.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not easy keeping those dice around, or
Do you have
die as they call.
Do you have the roulette wheel?
Yeah, that's a big machine. You can't lose that.
Okay.
It's
Let's
heavy.
give that a
All
spin.
right. See what the afternoon high might be. You said 15, right?
15 is my prediction. My
Let's
bones
see if
say
it's
15.
getting close. Oh, no, it's 13. Sorry. Sorry. You lose.
Man.
Okay. Let's open a history book or dial up the internet and see what's happening.
My lungs need a break after yesterday, so
Good.
we're gonna dial up the electronic version.
Okay. All right. By the way, are we running Fritz Lang's Metropolis as we speak? It's a silent version, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna run the silent movie today.
That's right.
What do we got in the history book?
That's what I was going to ask
so
you.
so you know the U.S. Bill of Rights?
Sure.
Well, the U.S. Bill of Rights is based off of the English Bill of Rights.
What?
Yeah, which is based off of the Declaration of Right, which on this day in
Yeah.
1689 was adopted by Parliament and the new monarchs on the British throne, William and Mary, I believe, during the Glorious Revolution.
Wow.
The glorious revolution.
Yes.
The Glorious Revolution, because it was a bloodless revolution. Nobody got killed when these two got put on the throne, which is good.
Okay.
Well, that's great.
Wonder if any of those rights still exist for any of us.
No, not anymore. No.
Yes.
Well,
Here.
They're going
I don't
away
know.
here.
I don't know.
Okay. Next.
Today in 1895. Next. Yeah, you don't care about this at
No,
all,
I
do
don't
you?
really.
Gordy?
No.
Wow.
I'm going to
That's
take a
pretty
nap.
brutal, man.
Okay. Go ahead.
You were intrigued by this before the start of the show, so
Well,
I know you're at least a little interested. Today in 1895, the Lumiere brothers. Have you heard of them?
The Lumiere brothers.
Yeah.
No.
What a name, the Light
Great
brothers.
name.
It means light in
I
French.
know why you selected this one.
Yeah. Well, today the Lumiere brothers patented their cinematograph. I think that's how you pronounced it, which is the very first real movie projector.
Do you have that?
No, I know a guy who collects like really old
Yeah.
stuff. He's probably got parts to one.
Hmm.
But prior to this invention, if you wanted to watch a motion picture, you watched it on like an individual viewer. Edison and his team developed those in the United States, and then these guys over in France, they kind of threw together the idea of projection, and that's what really took off.
You know, I think you could actually see this. Now that I think back on it,
Yeah.
Walt Disney did a little documentary a long time ago. It's very old, and I just watched it. And they're talking about animation, the progress of animation, but then he goes into the early beginnings of film and movies and projection.
Yeah.
And I believe that this was part of that broadcast. So you could actually see this thing. I think he even demonstrated how it worked. So you should check that out. Walt Disney animation.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool stuff.
Fascinating.
What else we got in the history book? Honk shoe, honk shoe.
Well, maybe, my helping somebody go back to sleep today. That's what we do on
I'm
this
sure
program.
there's plenty of people who don't want to get up and have to face the snow today.
Yeah, shovel.
Got a couple other things in the history book. Today in 1920, the Negro National League was founded, which was the first successful black baseball league.
1920.
1920,
Okay.
yeah.
Yep.
And in 2000, the final Peanuts comic strip hit newspapers.
It was a sad day, wasn't it?
Yeah, Charles Schultz.
Yeah.
Charles Shaw, I think he died the day before the final strip
Oh, good
ran
Lord.
in papers.
Oh, no.
That's awful. And Snoopy died with him.
Yeah.
Oh,
The whole
sad.
the whole storyline died with him.
Really?
Was there an
But it was kept-
overarching storyline?
What did it keep going? Did the
No.
site
I don't think so.
continue
I
to
think
do
they
it
just
or
reprint
something?
it now.
No.
I mean, I read it in the paper when I was a kid if my dad brought a paper home, but I don't think that they were new ones.
I know some of these strips are continued by their
Other people.
their
Right.
sons
Their- or
or
their-
daughters.
artistic helpers
yeah.
or whatever. Remember the days of the Sunday paper where they had comic books in color and stuff? And, you know, that was the big thing when the Sunday paper came out. You'd have the comic section for the kids.
That was what I read the paper for.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'd get out the silly putty and I'd make copies of those cartoons.
Stretch that silly putty around. Yeah.
That was great stuff.
Yeah. I think they still make silly putty. Still
Why
out
I
there.
think they do. Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't they? Did people stop being silly?
Miraculous.
Well, we remember when it came out in the
What?
early 60s. Yes.
Really?
Oh,
yeah.
God, you guys
it
are
was
old.
Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah.
revolutionary. Yeah.
The thing is, you could, roll it up into a ball and it bounces
bounced.
really high.
Yeah.
Like a Super Ball almost.
Yeah.
So it does a whole bunch of different things.
It's been probably 15, 20 years since I played with silly putty, so I
And
wouldn't
then
remember.
if you left it out of its little egg container, it would get all weird and liquidy overnight.
Ooh.
It's just
The egg container.
I don't know.
That was always good. Kind of rolled around and,
Right.
it wasn't a great container
No.
for something like that.
No.
Yeah. I think the Blob was based on Silly Putty.
The Blob.
The movie?
The movie?
Yeah.
The Blob.
You'll never forget the Blob
Yeah.
invading a movie theater.
Yes. You're right.
It broke through the screen and up the aisle and just came pouring out of the doors.
Right.
Man, that was a great
thing.
movie.
Mm-hmm. Remember the Slinky? That was another invention of those days.
Invasive invention, yes. It followed you everywhere.
There are,
Down the
I guess,
stairs.
a lot of toys that weren't around before you guys were kids, huh?
Right. Yeah.
That's
What
right.
did kids any older than you do for fun?
Played with wooden blocks
It
and
was-
stuff.
It was a sad time. As I always say, these were times before cell phones, and I don't want to ever go back to those days.
Okay.
My God, people criticize cell phones, but man, do you realize what we used to do with our hands? We had yo-yos and tops.
Right.
Come on, you
Yeah. Yeah.
know, toy garages where we washed the car. We thought we were anyway as a little kid washing a car in a toy garage. My God,
Those were the days. Yeah.
hyperventilating.
Hey, coming up, we've got the Midwest Farm Report straight ahead, and then we'll talk to Dr. Tim Slekar from Busted Pencils. Get educated on the John and Gordy Show. In Middleton, a nod to Shucked. Oh, he must have gone to Shucked too. Yeah, that was one of the jokes in Shucked.
Tim's here. Morning, Tim.
Good morning.
Morning, Tim.
How's the snow out that way?
It's kind of messy.
It's
4 or 5 inches.
yeah, it's
Oh.
light, fluffy stuff, so it's not bad actually.
Did Milwaukee area get more?
Don't know. Usually the lake effect does pour a little bit more down on Milwaukee, but I don't know for sure. It really snowed a lot up north, so we kind of got our share this time around.
Okay.
They were actually using snowmobiles up north. I don't think we have that kind of snow here at this point. So,
Well, you could, go out and give them a try do some water skimming on
yeah.
snowmobiles that people do.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I know some, you hit dry patches like, dirt and ground. I guess you can run across those as well. I don't know how they do it. But, the sales of snowmobiles have gone down dramatically with these kind of winters now with, climate change. So it's all changed.
Climate change. That's a debunk theory now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that actually in an executive order now, we can't even refer to it.
I think you're right. I think we're all banned from saying it.
Right?
Well, somebody listening might be offended.
Did you have a lot of snow? Or you're in Ohio,
No, we're
right?
in Ohio. I mean, it's
Nothing.
My wife and I were talking about it. It's like we don't get the East Coast storm that's happening. We're not really Midwest in that sense, and so we've just kind of sat here in like 1 inch of slush.
What do you got?
We were talking about toys before the break. Yeah. Toys we had as kids, and somebody chimes in. I had a vacuum form and a thing maker. I had a set of creepy crawlers.
Creepy crackers.
Crackers. Mind dragon molds.
Mini dragon.
What is a thing maker? That's like a very generic.
It's like a mold thing.
Yeah, you just pour some. I don't know what
liquid.
What did we pour into it?
I don't know, but
melted plastic. I hope not.
Probably something deadly.
Do you remember any of this stuff, Tim?
Well, I mean, you say, back when we were allowed to play with dangerous chemicals.
Yeah. We were talking about silly putty and slinkies.
It was interesting how Silly Putty was able to pull the colored comic right off of the newspaper print.
Could you reprint it? Because I pulled it off, but I never tried to stick it back onto something else.
No.
Yeah.
Nope, you couldn't do that.
But you could stretch it and make it
right.
Yeah, you can make the comic even funnier.
Yeah.
But they did bounce. Silly Putty bounced.
You could roll it up into a ball and bounce it around. Yeah.
Survival food too, I think.
Well, I ate what's the other?
Play-Doh?
Play-Doh, yeah.
Play-Doh.
Lots of kids eat Play-Doh.
Yeah, it's especially good too when it gets crunchy.
Yeah.
Yeah, put a little cinnamon on it. It's
wow.
on toast.
Wow.
Well,
Okay.
Trump said last night he wants the Department of Ed closed immediately.
Yeah.
This portion of the show is being brought to you by Ed's Old West Exterminators, the only exterminators in town who kill your roaches after giving them guns and allowing the roaches to draw first.
92.7 WMDX. John and Gordy in the morning. We got a couple of text here. I guess a line out of Shuck was, when I was young, we were happy to be born boys, so we had something to play with. We're talking about toys, playing with toys. What we did before we had cell phones.
Right.
Let me just preface it with that.
Yes.
It's a little too late on that anyway.
Yeah. Well, we were talking about slinkies and silly putty.
And Mark had a vacuum form and a thing maker. I used a vacuum form when I went to art college for one of my projects, and I failed. People had creepy crawlers and mini dragon molds and stuff like that, where we poured hot plastic or cast iron, melted.
I didn't have a vacuum form, so
Those
I
were
missed
cool,
out.
man.
Missed out on that. Hey, it's time for us to welcome in Dr. Tim Slekar from Busted Pencils, a podcast that you can catch on our Civic Media app and civicmedia.us. And you do podcasts Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, and also Saturday afternoons, a live show at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Tim, good morning.
I bet Tim is really angry now that the Department of Ed is closed immediately.
Immediately.
That's what Trump said last night?
Yeah.
Yeah, he wants it done immediately.
without any approval from Congress, nothing, just
No,
immediately.
just immediately. Now, what is Linda McMahon thinking at this moment?
Yeah.
It was last week. She was given the orders to figure out a way to, make herself irrelevant.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, she's sitting down strategically planning last week how she's going to, shut herself out of a job. And Trump immediately, the brilliant mind that he is, says, wait a minute, just do it immediately.
Yeah.
Strategic
Lock the
planning,
doors.
just do it.
I bet she's angry. She's got that list that she put together, how to make herself irrelevant. And now,
Yeah. All of the experts that were called in to sit around the table, the government spending on waste. I wonder if that made, maybe Elon saw the strategic planning of getting rid of the Department of Ed and said, you know what, this is government fraud and waste. We're going to cut this out right now.
Yeah.
Although
absolutely.
I think that when they use government money to do things, it's efficiency and not waste.
Oh, you mean the Tesla armored vehicle? for what was it, $400 million to buy a fleet of those things?
Right?
Yeah. I actually have the story later, but
Okay.
screw it. I'm going to tell you now. They displayed. They had a show. They were premiering this armored vehicle. And I don't know why, but some guy threw some rocks on stage into the windows of bulletproof glass.
Right?
And it shattered like crazy.
Wow.
And then Elon was there on stage with him, and he goes, well, some things need to be improved. What? You have $400 billion contract with the government, and you got to improve the bulletproof glass that shatters with a rock?
Well, it's bulletproof, not rock-proof.
That's right. I didn't think of that.
Jeez. Come on, give the guy a break.
Oh, I know. You had a really interesting guest on your podcast, Nancy Carlson Page.
Mm-hmm.
That was a hot discussion. she really let loose, about reading and the science of reading, right?
Yeah. She's again great. We love.
She is
Nancy.
great.
Yeah, that's Matt Damon's mom too. Just in case she does a side gig.
Yes. Yeah.
But the science of reading, and in fact, though, too, what she pointed out, and what got her on the show is that her and another colleague wrote an op-ed piece in the Boston Globe, because in Massachusetts there's a class action lawsuit of parents suing curriculum makers for using reading methods that are supposedly not scientific and contributed to the decline in reading. And so therefore these families with, I'm assuming, children that, have no ability to read now in their adulthood, they need monetary compensation from the curriculum makers, the teachers, the leaders, the theoreticians that made their kids unable to read because, they weren't using the science of reading.
So there's a lawsuit trying to recover?
Yeah. There's actually, in fact, that's what Nancy was talking about. So parents, are saying, you know what, my kid can't read. Has nothing to do with the fact that we never showed them a book or took them to see Sesame Street, or that we, didn't do the things that we're supposed to do as parents. Yeah. It was bad curriculum and teachers that just were never trained on the science of reading. And there's a lawsuit, and that's what got Nancy going on this. And, we've been pushing forward the idea, science of reading. And this word science is not the word that we're used to, going like, oh, so they must mean factual. Right. No, the science of reading. Yeah, the science of reading people said, no, science is a marketing term. Let's use it.
Wow.
Okay.
That's really the bottom line. It's just a marketing term. It's not science at all. No research, no nothing. And your discussion, what?
No. Go ahead, John.
No. Well, your discussion basically said that it's a right wing thought of marketing term.
Yeah,
Right?
it really is, and that's where Nancy really helped us get deep into this. Is to
Yeah.
say, there's the surface level that sounds like there's this argument about what reading curriculum maybe works better or not, and things like that, and people get hung up on that. But when you realize the science of readings, the intention behind the movement, which across multiple states, the state that I'm currently in right now in Ohio, and I think we talked about this, if you are in teacher education, in other words, teaching future teachers to be ready to be a teacher, if you're not using the science of reading,
Oh,
you're
yes.
you're an outlaw, and that you can be brought up on charges.
Yeah.
And so you said there's a movement and there's a lot of money there, and so you start asking, well, what's in the science of reading curriculum?
Yeah.
And actually, when I say this, there's nothing in it, and in fact, that, but that's the intention behind it. Is that it's sterile, it's contentless, and when you look at book bans and things that are occurring across the country where you
Yes.
can't read this book, that's the science of reading, people, with the intentions that say, look, right or left wing indoctrination by teachers, by universities, has to end. And the simplest way to end it is to deny the curriculum, the content. And so anything that is suspected of woke ideology, genderizing and things like that. So, the books that you're talking about, old toys. Think of all of the books now that kids are not allowed to read, and you ask the question of going, why are they not allowed to read? If we want kids to learn to read, one of the ways you do that is find out what they like, and you let them read the things they like, because liking reading and doing more reading makes reading better for all. But
Right.
here this is. So while it can sometimes sound like, well, geez, they're just concerned about helping kids learn to read. Actually, no, they're not. They're actually concerned about controlling what kids read.
Wow.
Sam, and I'm
Nefarious.
just wondering if you get a sense of what I'm talking about here in your future dream of being a teacher.
Well,
Or if I'm shattering that dream every Thursday.
Yeah, every week.
We're
Yeah.
killing it every day. here.
Luckily, I'm not going to school to become like an early education teacher where I'm going to have to be teaching kids how to read. But being a history teacher ain't that far off if you're looking at certain sources that certain people may not want kids looking at.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm hoping that I won't have to run into this problem.
Yeah.
You know what though? But what John? So what Sam just said though too is recognizing that what Nancy was talking about is that even the censoring of history, this is all connected. The science of reading, the right wing attack on education, the attack on woke, the attack on critical race theory, the attack. Those are all part of the same movement of President Trump wanting the department closed immediately. It's all put together in a big movement. And no, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I just know that when lots of people coordinated working together for one goal, that's a movement of oppression.
It's 6:45. We're talking to Dr. Tim Slekar from Busted Pencils. You can join the conversation, 608-879-8255, 608-879-TALK, or just download the free Civic Media app, and you can get right to us with a text or a call. Let me also mention this portion of the show is brought to you by David J. Frank, your turnkey one-stop landscaping resource, celebrating 65 years in business in southeast Wisconsin and taking care of the southern part of the state with lawn care, flower care, trimming, shaping, pruning. They do residential services, also commercial services, and they've been in business, again, 65 years. You can find out all kinds of information by going to davidjfrank.com. That's davidjfrank.com.
All right, Tim, I have a story. My son told me this. He's my older son, 25 years old. No, 26 now. And he actually, you really made a good point about limiting what you can read, and that's the science of reading. You can't read a lot of different things. He learned about the Holocaust in English class.
Oh,
because they brought that in as a reading assignment and the history of Germany in English class. So this is an attempt to, again, limit what people can read and have an extended format for reading.
Exactly. And so go back to the original thing that Nancy was writing about. We have now weaponized parents, and understand who's behind the lawsuits. This isn't, a couple parents, oh my God, my kid can't read, somebody must pay. They were found, solicited, and picked by a right-wing movement that said, let's take this to the courts because this is going to make a spectacle. And this is part of our marketing strategy. This is marketing, and understand that while science itself, the term, is a marketing term, this is all part of a marketing movement to create this sense with families of going, something's wrong. Oh my God, I don't want that to happen to my kid. And you end up having a lot of people, our own neighbors, who literally are acting from a good place in their heart to say, well, we need great reading teaching going on. And they get behind that movement, and they don't realize they're involved in a movement to suppress critical reading, understanding the current situation.
Well, I hope that message is getting out of the show this morning. One of the things, and I felt a warm, I don't know, feeling when you guys brought up the Berenstain Bears. I mean, it was just one of those books I brought my kids up on. There were simple, easy books to read. And boy, did I make up stories within those stories because it's that easy to read for you. As a parent, you can keep changing the ending or what happens in the middle of the book. And they learn to read from the Berenstain Bears.
I think what was even more fun about the Berenstain Bears was to now know that when, we run into Matt, we can tease him that he was a Berenstain Bear reader.
Yes, that's right.
Sorry, Matt, your mom gave us the skinny dude. You were reading Berenstain Bear books, man. Sorry about that. Jason Bourne reading the Berenstain Bears.
Yeah, you should get them on your podcast.
Yeah, one of these days. Yeah. Let's get an AI next. All right.
We'll do that after a brief time out here. We're talking with Dr. Tim Slekar on John and Gordy in the Morning. Coming right back.
Leslie, you. Early childhood ed, did she teach you? Teach you. Matt Damon's mom has got it going on. Matt Damon's mom has got it going on. Matt Damon's mom has got it.
Oh, that's perfect. We just got done talking about it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh, that was good. No,
Catherine will be happy that we played that.
Yeah, she's a great guest.
Yeah, she really was. Just entertaining as heck. So,
yeah.
yeah.
And
we got a text in from.
I like the hair on fire moments.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we have a text. What is it beyond having books around for kids or to read or be read to? In my baby book, my mom had written down my favorite baby books. When I got a little older, my favorite was the Little Golden Book of Dinosaurs. I had that book. I still have that book. Yeah. Love Dr. Seuss. My mom was a big reader and read to us. In 6th grade, I got The Rise and Fall of Adolf Hitler through Scholastic Book Club.
Oh, that's
good.
Pleasant bedtime reading. Yeah,
that's good. Fantastic.
Well, that's an interesting concept to go like when we got the weekly readers or the Scholastic where you order those books. I wonder what those look like now.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can buy alphabet books now, I guess. That's about it, just straight letters. Yeah, just
that's right.
Nothing offensive about the letter B.
Do they still have Scholastic Book Club or anything like that?
I don't know that.
Weekly readers.
That made me think of that. I mean, that's what I used when I was teaching. And,
yeah,
you'd get those book orders. There'd be a kid that would bring in, like pennies and nasty old dollars and be like, Mr. Slekar, here's my book order. Like, oh, Scotty, really, man? Can you not blow your nose on the dollar bill? But no, and they wanted the dinosaur book or the Ripley's Believe It or Not and things like that. Kids ordered books, and they ordered them because they were fun.
Up in the morning and out to school. The teacher is teaching the golden rule.
92.7 WMBX. John and Gordy in the morning. We're talking to Dr. Tim Slekar from Busted Pencils, and off the air we were talking about the Scholastic books, Weekly Reader, all the things that we grew up reading, just thinking, this is normal. I found out a lot of stuff in the Weekly Reader. Actually.
I forgot about the Weekly Reader. Yes, that was a big part of it back then.
Yeah.
Everybody read that.
Well, right now, can you imagine that? What current events would allow to be talked about in your Weekly Reader right now? I guess that'd have to go through Elon Musk's Doge.
Yeah.
Oh.
We got a text from Mark.
Yeah, Mark said in 6th grade I got the Rise and Fall of Adolf Hitler through Scholastic Book Club.
Pleasant bedtime reading.
I think that set Mark off on the trajectory he is on now. So.
Well, see right there. There's the evidence, 100% crystal clear. Look what happened to Mark.
Yes, look what happened.
Somebody should have been restricting his reading.
Yes. Too bad we didn't have the science of reading back then, boy. It sounds awful important, science of reading. Scarlett Johansson urges government to limit AI after fake videos of her opposing Kanye West. Do you see this? It's just an amazing thing, but she came out now against this free-form AI thing. She wants some regulation. She wants some kind of guardrails put up, even though J.D. Vance appeared at a conference for AI, and he said, we don't need any guardrails. We have to let this thing just grow.
No regulations.
Yes. Yeah. Wow, talk about scary.
Well, regulations, come on, that's old school. I mean, so you're against progress is what you're saying there, John?
I guess I am. I think we should have some limitations somewhat. I'm thinking somebody in the future is going to come back here and prevent us from doing AI. That's what I'm thinking.
Well, I mean, you think about it, though, and I saw this. I mean, the ability, and, I was reading another article yesterday that was, again, I recommend anybody follow if you want to really see what's happening with AI. There's a guy, Ethan Mollick. Take his book, Co-Intelligence. But he kind of put out some AI-produced videos. And hold on a minute there. Almost had a sneeze.
Okay.
You had
getting
us
ready.
on the edge of our chairs.
I was like, okay, pushed it away.
Excellent.
Keep your eyes open.
The video production now that comes out of AI is that they're speculating that there's the possibility that AI video right now that maybe 2 out of every 10 video scenes that we're seeing in commercials are AI created and we don't know.
Yeah. Mixed
and
in.
that's a problem, because one of the things we're trying to teach with AI is to say, okay, we're going to use it, but we're also saying to students and faculty and people that are trying to teach that one of the things is to admit up front, I used AI to help me generate this. And so if you're going to use AI in a commercial, the commercial should come out with some kind of a disclaimer that says this is AI. That's not happening. And I guess those are the kinds of regulations that J.D. Vance would like to see us stopping. But, imagine this, that the ability to take these videos that make people these are truly the era of deep fakes now. Deep fakes to the point of saying, Tim, I just saw you and you and Matt Damon reading Berenstain Bear books together. It must have happened.
Yeah.
I'm not sure Matt would be real happy to see himself sitting with me reading Berenstain Bear books.
Well, one thing we mentioned in the last segment about the reading, the science of reading, and in Wisconsin, they're actually considering that. The Republicans are trying to push the science of reading through.
Yes.
I don't know how that's going exactly. I know there's some money that's tied up too that Evers wants to loosen up so we can spend it, and it might go to the science of reading. I don't know if it's a compromise by the Democrats to allow something like this to take place, but it's on the verge of happening in Wisconsin. Let me just put it that way.
Well, boy, there's a whole history with Tony Evers that I know he's way better than Scott Walker. So
Yeah.
Tim Slekar just said it.
All right, but the big but.
But well, I mean, he's I don't know. I've not seen him be real pushy on education reforms that are known to be kind of disruptive to the public school system. Is he doing it because, hey, look, this is the way to free up some money for other curricula? Probably it's a political strategy that makes sense, but understanding that you let the science of reading people in, they are going to actually really move for a deep control. This is the thing. We're going to compromise with Trump. We're going to compromise with the MAGA. No, you're not. You're not going to compromise with them.
Right.
So
Yeah,
I worry about Wisconsin, saying, well, we're not going to be exclusive, but we're going to let it in. This is something I would really protect against, and saying, no, the discussion about best reading materials comes down to people like Dr. Nancy Carlson Page, Dr. So-and-so, fifth grade teacher, Mrs. So-and-so. Those are the people you want deciding what reading materials to teach your kids with.
I think her point was that there's all different ways of getting people to read, and there's not just one. So there's no just science of reading. There's multiple ways to read.
Tim, we need to leave it there. Thank you. We'll talk to you again next Thursday. You can always catch Busted Pencils podcast Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. They have new editions, and then Saturday afternoons on the Civic Media Radio Network. Thanks, Tim.
Thanks, guys.
Tim was AI generated this morning, just to let everybody know.
We'll be right back.
Gordy in the morning. As we were saying, let the sun shine. It's the John and Gordy Show.
The Saturday show is going to be a real pretty good breakdown on the science of reading. We have a guy coming on who is absolutely excellent at saying, here's how to look at this. And in fact, he's like, wait, the reading scores just dropped right now. Why is nobody blaming science of reading right now? Because science of reading has been in place. So the reading score drop must be the science of reading. So anyway, that'll be coming Saturday. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. Appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
It's the John and Gordy Show.
Do you know what this means?
Wouldn't you like to know, weather boy?
You're pretty high and far out, aren't you? What kind of kick are you on, son?
No good bastard. Your show sucks.
What made me think this was a good day to stop drinking?
Buddy, do you want coffee?
Coffee. Coffee.
Black coffee.
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 They warned us about people like you!
What a load of crap.
Thank you, sir. May I have another?
We'll do it live.
And that's the way it is.
On 92.7 FM, WMDX. Take it away, boys.
Wow. Quite the endorsement.
Yes, and this portion of the John Gordy Morning Show is brought to you by our friends at Verlo Mattress. Sleep better, dream bigger on a handcrafted Verlo mattress. You can go to their east side location or west side location, or go to their website, verlo.com. Check out their lifetime comfort guarantee. John Peterson, over to you.
I'm kind of laughing because I'm looking out onto the street, State Street.
Yeah, that great street.
People walking down the street.
Yeah, they're
and
fun.
For some reason, it just brought back memories of watching A Christmas Carol.
Yeah, really? Are you tearing up? What's going on?
I'm expecting to see Tiny Tim running up to one of these guys, jumping on their shoulders.
So?
Yep, and sliding down the sidewalk.
Yeah.
For some reason, it just looks like that, doesn't it? It kind of look like a scene out of A Christmas Carol.
Yeah, sure.
No.
Are you hallucinating?
I
Did
am
somebody
now.
put something in your coffee?
No, I think there's just too much caffeine in it this morning.
All right.
I want to talk about one of the big stories I've been holding on to for quite a while, and it's starting to peak now. Radio Free Europe and Voice of America are media outlets paid for by the American taxpayers. It's a state-owned media. These outlets are filled with far-left activists and should be destroyed.
What?
Should be forgotten. Should be taken right out. But Elon Musk vows to eliminate Carrie Lake's job. Oh, that's too bad. Nobody listens to the Voice of America anymore, right? Anyway, this is for the rest of the world to listen to. We don't hear it here.
It's the voice of freedom. It's the voice of democracy.
It's always
it's
been
the
that.
voice of letting people know that don't get that kind of news from around the world. The news.
That's right.
They get important information. Sam,
How could this be happening on this day that we skipped because it wasn't on the National Day calendar? It should be on the International Day calendar.
Yeah.
It's World Radio Day.
That's right.
How
World
could they be
Radio
doing this
Day.
on World Radio Day?
Isn't that amazing? So the story is coming on World Radio Day. Wow. A former Voice of America White House Bureau Chief Steve Herman said reporting on the U.S. aid and Doge situation included the perspectives of some who characterize it as an unlawful seizure of these departments and the getting rid of these departments, the Voice of America. So President Donald Trump's former acting director of national intelligence, Richard Grenell, had a response to Steve Herman, who is complaining that this is an unlawful seizure of this wonderful, great, traditional Voice of America radio. So anyway, he came out and he said this: "Aren't you a taxpayer-funded reporter for Voice of America? Why are you working against President Trump's reform plans for the U.S. budget?" You know, the thing is, this screams like censorship, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Doesn't it? I mean, this is just because you're not on the same page as the president doesn't mean that maybe you should maybe banned or maybe, censored in some way, shape, or form. Doesn't everybody have an opinion?
Right.
And so what if they're a reporter? They're just reporting the truth, that it is an unlawful seizure. I mean, the thing is, Congress would have to take care of all of these situations. And you just can't go in there and say it's the end of the Voice of America. You just can't do it anymore. So, it's crazy talk. And I hate to see Carrie Lake out of a job, though. I mean, that's why I'm bringing this up.
Really? You're a big fan of hers
well,
now?
Yeah, she's had a tough life, dealing with all the voting fraud and all that stuff. So...
Well, I would hate to see the Voice of America go away. That would be awful.
Yeah.
Because it's been around for decades.
What are we to do with our shortwave radios?
Well,
yeah,
do you have a shortwave radio?
I had one a few years ago. I think I tried to listen to Voice of America, but again, it's mostly broadcast to other parts of the world, not to the United States.
Yes.
I put together a telecrafter.
What?
A telecrafter.
A helicrafter?
Helicrafter.
Helicrafter.
One
of the kit
kit?
radios?
The kits,
right?
Yeah,
Shortwave
I put one
radio?
together. Yeah.
Well, originally I think it was created because of the Iron Curtain,
Oh, yes, that's why.
Around the World War II era.
Yeah, maybe it's not needed anymore. Maybe we should just get rid of everything, right? Oh, well.
Okay.
Well, let's talk about the Doge committee while we're at it.
Okay.
Because, it's headed up by Marjorie Taylor Greene, and that they're covering a lot of very important situations over there. The Doge subcommittee. Wow. I thought this revelation during the Doge committee, this is a Democrat, and he had some really good points to make. This is Cut 90. And you'll be amazed at what's happening here. Let's check it out.
Now, I find it ironic, of course, that our chairwoman, Congresswoman Greene, is in charge of running this committee. Now, in the last Congress, Chairwoman Greene literally showed a dick pic in our oversight congressional hearing. So I thought I'd bring one as well.
There you go.
Now, this, of course, we know is President Elon Musk.
That's a dick pic.
He's also the world's richest man. He was the biggest political donor in the last election. He has billions of dollars in conflicts of interest. And we know that he is leading a power grab, also abided by and encouraged by Donald Trump and, of course, the chairwoman, Congresswoman Greene. But I also want to run through what Doge actually is going to do. It's a demolition plan that's going to run through our government.
Good way to
Doge is
describe
trying
it.
to abolish the Department of Education. That means opportunities denied to kids. It means you're ripping away opportunities for children with disabilities who are dependent on this money. You're also halting medical research, which is also critical, which we have to also stop. The idea that we're going to eliminate or destroy the Department of National Institutes of Health, NIH, is crazy. Let's talk about the Department of Labor. We're talking about protections for working people across this country, where people can actually complain about abuses their companies are making against them and their coworkers. Workers are now going to be in danger. And let's also talk about the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, another huge issue for us. Think about the scammers and fraudsters that will be empowered across this country because Elon Musk wants, essentially, these companies have more power over consumers and over people across this country. Look at the Centers for Disease and the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services. That is actually what's being discussed partly today. Healthcare, we're talking about being denied to millions of poor people, working class people across this country. And now, of course, they're on to their largest target, the U.S. Social Security Administration. We're talking about the destruction of the actual social safety net in this country. We know that 1 in 5 Americans collect Social Security, seniors, disabled people. This entire plan is about hurting the American social safety net and destroying our institutions.
Yep.
And
that's true.
Wow.
That's true.
It's
And
quite the list.
And as I mentioned before, you don't have to shut down these departments, shutter them. You don't have to lock the buildings up, fire everybody, or at least, give them a chance to quit. You don't have to do all that to find out any of this. They have auditors in each one of these departments.
Right.
You can do all this investigating. You can check out where all the money's going while the department is still functioning, and then make those cuts if that's what you want. That's not what they want. They don't want to make it more efficient. They just want to eliminate departments and trim it down because Republicans for years have said that all these departments are unconstitutional. The Constitution does not lay out having any of these departments in it. But then again, the constitutional founding fathers said, with this isn't a complete list. You could do anything you want. And the public can add whatever size government they want to add to this country.
You're right. They could bring in the auditors. They have these.
Yes.
They have the capabilities to do these kind of things, to check all the see if the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted. Whatever that
Inspector
is.
Generals,
yes.
I think they call them.
Well, they got rid of some of those,
And they got rid of them.
yeah, and so. They do this because it's a big show. They do it to get press. They do it to get media attention.
Yeah.
And, Trump's in charge, and he's signing these orders, and he's going to do this and shut these things down. So they want to make a big show of it.
They do.
They want to get the pushback from the Democrats. It puts them, even more in power. He's consolidating all this power.
Right. And, I think Jake Tapper came out with a really, really good interview, or not interview, a commentary, basically, on what is happening.
Yeah.
The judges are stopping a lot of this this agenda that Trump has about shutting down the departments, at least delaying it at this point, even though they lost one case in court with the unions.
Right.
So it's legal for the government at this point, for Trump and Elon, to offer buyout packages. It's legal now. The judge says that's okay. You can do that. I would suppose that's okay, right?
Okay.
So anyway, Jake Tapper had a little commentary in this, and I'd like to play it. It's cut 91. And let's listen to this. The judge is stopping all of this from happening. Let's listen.
Here's what I think is a joke. That you have these partisan hack Democrat attorney generals. They get together, and the only thing they know how to do is try to nullify the results of the last election by venue shopping these district court judges. They find the most lunatic liberals they can. They file lawsuits knowing full well they're going to try to usurp the president's authority, tie this up in court for years. Donald, I hope you're happy.
Lunatic liberal judges like a George W. Bush appointee, like a Ronald Reagan appointee, like a Donald Trump appointee, like another Ronald Reagan appointee, like another George W. Bush appointee.
But to finish my point,
all of those lunatic liberal Republican appointees.
Yeah, and look what the Republicans do all the time.
I love that. And let me finish. Let me finish my point. Even though you lied about the judges, they're all Republican judges that have turned back the clock on Trump, trying to take everything out. And it wasn't Jake Tapper. I'm sorry, the wrong cut.
Yeah.
But I think that says it all right there. These judges are doing their job.
Right.
They are a branch of government, and that's what's checking at least these individuals who are doing all of this. Now, I want to get to Jake Tapper in regards to only 1 minute, right? Okay. Well, let's not do that.
Hold off on that.
Yeah. Let's wait.
Okay.
All right.
We'll put that on for.
Let's just sit silently.
Well, let me
for
mention.
a few minutes.
We still got Metropolis playing in the background.
Oh yes, we do have Metropolis, the silent version.
Okay. We will be back with more of John and Gordy in the morning, taking your phone calls, 608-879-8255. That's 879-TALK, or get a hold of us on the Civic Media app. You can text us or call us. Coming right back.
What?
Brittany.
Hey.
Good morning.
Good morning. How much snow did you guys get?
I think officially in Madison it was just under 4 inches.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I've seen
Enough
reports
that I
like
can
2
look
and
out
4
the window and watch people drifting as they turn the corner here.
Yeah.
Enough that it drifted over the sidewalk after people had shoveled it.
Is that right?
Nice.
Well, that's not right.
How much snow did you get? Any snow up there?
I just got a trace. Nothing. Yeah.
It's a nightmare down here. It's just, we've got 2 inches of snow. I just can't handle it.
People can't drive.
Oh, God.
I like driving in the snow. It's like an added challenge. It's
Right?
Me
fun.
too.
Yeah.
I like
I don't
it.
mind it.
It reminds me of flying.
Yeah.
You pull the winds, and then it's like the same as if you hit the ice or the snowbanks. Not the
Like
banks,
if you
but-
hit turbulence in a plane and you jostle around,
Yeah.
you're talking. Oh.
Yep.
Are you learning to become a pilot?
Yeah, slowly but surely.
Okay.
Lots of money.
At the
Yeah, how-
Wausau Airport or Mosney or where?
No, actually, Aurora in Illinois.
Oh.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
What do you mean, don't do it?
This is the Trump administration. Airplanes are crashing left and right. You
They
don't
are.
want to get in the air now.
For real.
15 seconds. You can fly to Canada if you want. If they block
There it
block
is.
the roads out of the
Yeah,
country.
yeah. Parachute in. 92.7 WMDX. It is another fantastic, beautiful morning.
Yeah.
Snow-covered. It looks like a Dickens novel.
Got a lot of sunshine. It's cold. It's just 8 degrees, highs in the teens. But let's get the word from our expert, civic media meteorologist Brittany Merlot. Good morning, Brittany.
Good morning, guys.
Hey, thanks for the slippery roads out there. You know, I was telling my kids the other day how I used to just love weather like this. They go out in these big parking lots, you know, do figure eights and slide all over the place. That's when we had rear-wheel drive. And you can't do much of that right now with front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive.
Right.
Sadly.
Oh,
so you don't see a lot of people doing that in parking lots
Not
anymore.
doing donuts?
No.
No.
I love that, don't you?
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
Those were the days. All
I
right.
still do them.
Do you?
Oh yeah. You got to
On
find
your
the right parking
ATV
lot.
out in the ice? Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
So how much snow? We got about 4 inches or so around Madison. Did you get anything up in Wausau?
No, not much. We just got a trace. It just skirted us. So we missed out on this one. And then we're looking at another one for tomorrow, Valentine's Day, of all days. Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, it looks like it's really going to hit you guys again once more. I mean, totals right now are off the chart. I'm saying
Really?
a widespread 4 to 7 inches for a good chunk of the state, but honestly, areas like Madison are looking anywhere towards 9, maybe 10 inches of snowfall by the end of the weekend. So it's going to be a heavy, heavy hit. Yeah.
No.
No.
I'm not used to it. I feel like, I've been living in the South too long here.
Yeah, we thought winter was over.
Yeah, yesterday was just a practice. Gosh. Yeah, so it's going to get pretty rough by tomorrow evening. That commute is going to be pretty treacherous. And then Saturday morning, probably some cleanup still lingering from all of that. And we could get another blast throughout Saturday, too, adding another 2 to 5 inches. So just tomorrow and Saturday is going to be very, very snowy. I wouldn't commute if you don't have to. Maybe stay inside and cuddle and all of that.
Oh,
I cancel the dates. That's my suggestion. But
well,
that's
okay, we're
just
going to
me.
have to cancel a big birthday party.
No, we're not going to do that.
Really, Catherine's birthday party at her house.
Well, I don't know. That's
We'll
we'll have to see.
Won't be able to make it there.
You bail out at anything.
It's a perfect excuse to bail if you want to.
Suddenly, you just can't make it for whatever reason. Oh, gotta stay home and argue with my boys.
Okay. If you are
I
going to
gotta
go,
watch the dog.
What?
you have to have a winter weather emergency in your car. Promise me?
yes.
Do you have one of those?
Okay. No, I've been meaning to do that for the last 30 years.
Here I am driving around with cat litter in my trunk, and you haven't even done it once in 30 years.
Yes, that's right. Well,
I have a
never
snow
know.
shovel.
You're
I
the
have
crazy
salt.
person.
I have the whole bit.
Do you?
Yeah.
You got
I'm
a little
prepared.
shovel and stuff like
Yeah, I
that?
do.
You
I
got
have
the road signs and
I don't have any road signs. But
flashing
I have,
lights?
I have, my car is equipped with flashing
A flare
lights.
kit.
I don't have a flare kit.
a flare kit.
Brittany, what do you have in your emergency kit?
Oh, I have a sleeping bag. I've got hand warmers,
Oh.
extra gloves, hat. I have a foldable shovel because I didn't want to take up too much space. I've got the
Yes.
cat litter as well, and I think that's it. Oh, jump starter, stuff like that.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Got
the
that
little
too.
portable one, right? The
Right.
handheld.
Yep.
Yeah, those are great.
Those are great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But you have to charge them constantly. They have to be fully charged, and then you put them in your car. You can't keep them in your car. Like, is it? Maybe it's just a Midwest thing about having cat litter in your trunk.
It works. I
litter?
have slid off the
Really?
road, lost traction, got stuck in a little snowbank on the side, and I couldn't get out. And that cat litter actually gave me enough traction to get myself out of the side of the road. So I live
John,
by
it
it
works.
100%. Cat litter is a must. I'll have that before the shovel.
Get it,
Okay.
John.
Okay. I'm doing it this weekend. By this
Yay.
weekend, I will have cat litter in my trunk.
Okay.
Perfect. Send me a picture.
Okay, I
All right.
will.
All right.
Thanks, George.
All right.
Brittany, thank you so much.
You
We
guys
hope
have
you
a
have a good day.
All
We'll
right.
talk to you tomorrow for the update on the more snow that's headed our way. Okay.
Take care.
Thank you. Have a good day. All right. It's Brittany Merlot, our civic media
Well, now we know,
meteorologist.
right? Now everybody's going out to get cat litter. There'll be a shortage of cat litter, and I won't be able to buy it this time around either.
Well, get to Costco this afternoon. you know.
Costco?
Yeah, that's where you go.
They have giant bags of it there. They really do.
50-pound bag.
Yeah, 50 pounds.
Yeah. Good.
Well,
Big deal.
I want to bring this up because everybody has been talking about it, and that is Pete Hegseth appeasing Putin. I mean, this is history, right before our very eyes.
Yes.
We're watching ourselves.
I know.
Bend a knee to Putin, to
Putin.
Russia. This is the most amazing moment in history.
Yeah, well,
that
Trump and Putin are they're just going to decide the fate of Ukraine. Get this war over with.
Yes.
Just give up.
They've decided for everybody else. Let's listen to this cut, 89.
We will only end this devastating war and establish a durable peace by coupling allied strength with a realistic assessment of the battlefield. We want, like you, a sovereign and prosperous Ukraine.
No, you don't.
But we must start by recognizing that returning to Ukraine's pre-2014 borders is an unrealistic objective.
No, that's Putin's idea.
Chasing this illusionary goal will only prolong the war and cause more suffering.
Oh, yes. Well, I'm sure
the United States does not believe that NATO membership for Ukraine is a realistic outcome of a negotiated settlement.
Now, what is the logic behind
Instead,
that?
any security guarantee must be backed by capable European and non-European troops.
So it's their job now.
If these troops are deployed as peacekeepers to Ukraine at any point, they should be deployed as part of a non-NATO mission, and they should not be covered under Article 5.
So NATO doesn't get
As
involved.
part of any security guarantee,
I see.
there will not be U.S. troops deployed
all right.
to
You
Ukraine.
know, I just can't handle it anymore. I mean, that's
Pete Hegseth, right?
Total capitulation. I can't imagine, picking up every possible talking point from Putin and then setting it out there as U.S. policy.
Right. That's what they're doing.
Just amazing.
Yeah.
This reminds me a lot of Neville Chamberlain. You know who Neville Chamberlain is? He was the prime minister in England before Churchill. He had the policy of appeasement, meaning appeasing Adolf Hitler. He just said, let him do his thing.
Yeah,
and
it's
look where that ended up, Britain.
Right, and we're doing that right now.
Right.
And we're living that history. And this isn't going to look good on Trump's resume after he leaves office, if he ever does leave office.
Well, that's it. Yeah. All right. We got to take a little break here. We'll be back with more of John and Gordy in the morning right around the corner.
This portion of the show is being brought to you by Ed's Secondhand Omelet Shop, the only diner in town featuring refried eggs. This week only, you can buy 2 of Ed's famous eggshell omelets for only half the price of 4.
92.7 WMDX. It is John and Gordy. I'm
Yes,
John.
And I'm Gordy. And you are who you are.
Yes.
Sam's in the control room, pushing all the buttons and switches.
And the blinds.
Yes, taking care of the blinds now because the sun is out and it's blinding us.
Yes, it is.
This time of day. This portion of the show brought to you by David J. Frank, your turnkey one-stop landscaping resource, celebrating 65 years in business in southern Wisconsin. They take care of lawns and flowers and trimming, shaping, pruning. They can do it all, either residential or commercial. And as the largest landscape contractor in Wisconsin, they have the talent, the experience, the passion, and the wherewithal to perform virtually any landscaping project, big or small. John, if you have a landscaping project that you need extra help with, I hope that you'll contact David J. Frank. You can find out more information by going to davidjfrank.com. That's davidjfrank.com. They have offices in Madison, Milwaukee, and Kenosha.
Well, I don't want to put them on the spot.
Why?
Having them come out to my house and
figure out your flowers. Garden.
It is so bad.
Really?
My yard is so bad. I don't want to freak them out or anything like that, and I don't want to put them on the spot.
Yeah.
So it's bad. We got this text here about Putin bought a $10 billion in cryptocurrency. Trump's cryptocurrency.
Trump?
Now, that's what Lynn out in Golden Valley is wondering. Did he do that or not? And I got to tell you that I'm just looking. I was looking up the story, and here's a bunch of headlines on this. Okay. Trump's meme coin sparks more than 700 copycats posing as official crypto.
Really?
This crypto thing is, it's a money laundering deal. That's what it is.
It's a scam.
It is a scam. And here's another headline in the BBC, a mockery. Trump's new meme coin sparks anger in crypto world.
Crypto world.
Reuters. Trump's new crypto coin sparks ethics concerns. And another news service, Trump's entry into crypto opens new doors for those seeking political influence. In other words, corruption.
Yeah.
So, and then there's a Poot coin.
What?
Putin has his own coin, crypto coin, yes.
Poot coin.
And there is a Poot conversion software to U.S. dollars.
Okay.
I'm so glad I looked this up. Thank you very much, Lynn, for putting me into this dark, deep hole.
Hey, let's go to the phones. You can call us, 608-879-8255, 879-TALK, or get on the Civic Media app. Dick is on the line this morning. Good morning, Dick. Go ahead with your call.
Well, Hegstead, what alliance is he talking about? The alliance of Russia and North Korea? That's what we're going to try and help end this thing with? It sure doesn't look like anybody that's aligned with Ukraine or our funding to them.
That's right.
And and the other thing is, I read something interesting. Why couldn't the money that was taken from Russia be used to rebuild that country?
Mm-hmm.
It'll never happen under Trump, but the assets that they froze, there's several $1 billion there.
Right. Well, Trump's trying to have it both ways, too. He's asking everybody to limit the amount of energy that goes to Russia to force them into whatever. Force them into what? They control Trump at this point. This is ridiculous. What has happened. And of course, all the European countries, this is really a way to force the European countries to spend 5% of their gross domestic product on defense. Right now it's at 2%, and a lot of those countries have gone beyond that as well. So, but of course, they're learning very quickly now that they can't rely on the U.S. anymore to be the, the defender of freedom around the world.
Backstop. Yeah, no, they can't at all. Dick, thank you for your call.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
I want to get to something that was really dangerous. I mean, when they closed down all these departments, you got to wonder, well, these departments were actually doing something.
Yes.
And without them,
they'll not do anything.
There's nothing happening. And I'm wondering, are we going to feel some huge repercussions in 3 or 4 or 5 months from now that will just, collapse the entire country? And I have said all along that this is the best time to attack this country. If you want to attack this country, we have taken everything out. So everything is out of your way right now.
Don't give anybody any ideas.
Why don't we just take it back, John?
You're right. Why don't we do it? Why don't we form our own little group? Big group, actually.
Yeah. All right.
Right.
Commit a little treason.
But anyway, this was, they took down a lot of health information. The health information database, web pages and the government health databases don't cost anything. They're just up on the website. They've been put up there. They're there now, and it doesn't cost anything to access them. And the courts have said you got to return those pages to the internet. If that was done, I don't know. But this is to supposedly save money. And this is cut 73, Mike Johnson's comment on it's just the government saving money. These are web pages that are up already. It's not saving anybody money. But let's listen to what he said.
What we're doing is good and right for the American people.
Right.
What
That's it.
DOGE is doing is making sure that your taxpayer dollars, all of us, are spent in the way that they're intended to be spent, and that they're in America's interest, and they're financially responsible with the precious taxpayers' money. And you're going to see it in these efforts to cut the waste, fraud, and abuse. And we think the final number on that is going to be substantial and a game changer in Washington for the country. So
that's right. Substantial. Okay.
What does that mean?
Now, a federal judge, of course, ordered a return of these pages. The pages had to do with gender ideology and other issues that were abruptly deleted. Doctors of America, DFA, use these databases for physicians, medical trainees, and other healthcare professionals to treat patients and conduct research.
Oh, they don't need those.
They took these pages down.
Yeah.
So Trump violated the Administrative Procedures Act and Paperwork Reduction Act as well. Now, who would have thought that a convicted felon would be doing all of these illegal acts? Who would have thought that this could have happened? So they put every American in danger. They took the resource away from doctors and medical interns and trainees, and they just took all that information away. They can't even do research. Now, I don't know if those pages were restored or not.
Well, they're just going to implement AI in all this stuff, and that'll take care of everything.
That's right.
They don't need all these pages on there. AI, just put up some AI stuff.
That's right. Do your own research.
Do your own.
Do
it yourself.
See if you get some quotes from movies. Now, here's one response to this whole story. Activist judges continue to block the will of the American people. And let's get into the American people and what they demanded in this election. Again, half the population didn't vote. Right. So you take the other half, you divide that in half, and it's a quarter of the American public on both sides of the aisle, right?
Yeah.
Okay, making 50%. Yeah. So it's only about 25% of the people that demanded this change, while 3/4 of the population never said anything about this, never thought any of this would happen. This discussion about getting rid of all of these departments in the federal government, that never came up once that I remember. Now, it was in Project 2025, but Trump, no one ran on this.
He disavowed that, right?
Yes.
That's not his plan.
That's right. He disavowed ever knowing anything about it, but did agree with some of the policies and disagreed with the others.
Yes.
Without knowing anything about it.
And he had concepts of his own policies instead.
It comes down to the fact that this guy wants to be a dictator, and he at least fulfilled that first promise, and that is to be a dictator on day one, with obviously no ending in sight on that. And now we have a monarchy, and I have a little cut here from I think we have time for this. This is John Oliver returning to the Daily Show.
Yeah, this is good.
Talking about the monarchy. Let's listen to this.
Let me be the first to welcome America to its monarchy era. Congratulations, everyone. You can now take your place in the pantheon of great empires alongside the British, the Roman, the Klingon, Wakanda, whatever one Babar the elephant was the ruler of, I forget.
Hold on a second, Mr. Oliver.
Yes.
If I may.
Yes.
Ambassador Oliver.
Go ahead.
For a moment.
Please.
America, yes. We are having a bit of trouble with democratic governance, but I don't think we want to abandon our republic and go full empire.
Yeah, but why not, John? You really prefer the system that you have right now? Oh, I need 51 votes for a bill to pass. Is the vice president in town to break a tie? Or, wait, is this one of the bills that needs 60 votes for no clear reason? Well, I'm sorry, little Timmy, no health care for you.
All right. It does not sound great when you put it like that.
Oh, you mean when I put it entirely accurately, John? It doesn't sound great. What I'm saying is don't fight being a monarchy, John. Embrace it. Kings get done. Now, is it stuff that you want done? Not necessarily, but they do move quick. They taste cumin at lunch, and they've taken over an entire continent by dinner time. That is how the British rolls, John. F*** everyone else, they're not like us. In fact, if I may sing a line from Mr. Kendrick Lamar.
No. I really don't think you should do that.
I appreciate you for stopping me on that one in particular. Yeah.
Not to be short-sighted, but spoiler alert.
Yeah.
John, things didn't end up so great for the British Empire.
First of all, how dare you? We are technically between empires at the moment, but we're keeping our castles warm and our crowns bejeweled for the day that we get back onto our feet.
Look, no offense, but I'm not sure the imperial model is for us.
Oh, really? The imperial model isn't for you, John.
That's right.
Have you seen anything America's done over the last 50 years? Because for a country that doesn't want to be an empire, you're doing a pretty f***ing good impression of one right now. Invasions, economic exploitations, and now suggesting turning Gaza into a beachfront casino? Even King George would have been like, I don't know, guys. Feels like the situation's a bit more complicated than that, and I'm literally dying of medieval brain disease.
You know what? We really have become our father.
Yeah. And you know what, John? Don't be sad about it. We couldn't be more proud. This shouldn't be a sad time. The arc of history is so long, it eventually becomes a circle. And you end up right where you started. You might even call it the circle of life. In fact, if I may sing the great imperial subject, Sir Elton John's opening Zulu chant from The Lion King. Please stop me, John. Please stop me from doing that. I do not want to do it. John, you please stop me. Please stop me. I don't want to go out like this. Stop me, John. Stop me.
All right. Threatening to sing. That's great stuff. It really is. And we are a monarchy now. All right.
The great Orange King has taken over.
Absolutely. Eric Swalwell had a great way of talking about the Republicans and what they say behind closed doors when it comes to Trump. Let's listen to this. We have time for this. Cut 87.
He's a petty, punitive child. And I can recognize a toddler because I'm a parent of 3 of them. And I recognize the same behavior. And yes, censorship is occurring, but it's self-censorship. And it's by you all. Because I hear you in our private conversations when you agree that Trump is a child. I hear the people you tell that Trump is a child, whether it's lobbyists or reporters. But you shrink in this room and you shrink in the chamber and you self-censor yourselves from speaking out because you're afraid. And he's laughing at you that you take him so seriously because he's unserious. He's laughing that you think he is so powerful because he's weak. He's laughing that you think he is so big because he's quite small.
Yes, he is. Yeah. Wow. The Republicans shrink into little mushrooms, I guess.
Okay. Hold that thought.
Yes, hold it.
Coming up, we've got odds and ends, tidbits, leftovers coming up next on John and Gordy in the morning, right here on 92.7 WMDX.
Radio, let's go rock it, rock and roll radio. Let's go rock it, rock and roll.
Rock and Roll Radio. Stay tuned for more rock and roll.
Terrific if you like eating leftovers.
Leftovers?
Leftovers? I kept the leftovers.
The leftovers!
Just some leftovers.
Leftovers for a week and a half.
He ate those leftovers.
Funeral leftovers. Leftovers. Enjoy.
Oh, I love these leftovers.
And these leftovers are brought to you by our friends at Verlo Mattress. Sleep better, dream bigger on a handcrafted Verlo mattress. You can check them out. Go for yourself to their east side location or west side location, or go online at verlo.com. Ask about their lifetime comfort guarantee. Good morning, Catherine.
Don't panic.
You
Don't
snuck up behind me there.
Don't panic.
I had a little heart palpitation
I don't
there
care
for a
how
moment.
much snow happens this weekend, John.
What?
You get
Yeah.
your ass out of your house and you show up at
Excuse-
my stupid 40th birthday party.
You're going to be
40th.
snowed into your
I'm going to be
neighborhood.
snowed in,
You
but
won't-
you're showing up with a plow.
No one's going to be able to make it into your neighborhood. It's so cut
some
off from
headphones on.
reality.
Yeah, you need headphones. Yeah, you need headphones. Because you have to explain something here.
What?
Yeah.
It's your 40th birthday?
Yeah, 40th.
Okay.
Is that wrong?
You're going with that?
I've never lied about my age before. I hear nothing.
You're going to start now?
What am I supposed to hear?
Okay.
There's no volume in my headphones.
Oh.
Am I supposed to
Hang on a second. Turn it up.
Ay, Jesus!
John.
Way to crank it.
You know, I'm
I
a
didn't touch it.
professional.
Don't look
I
at me.
need my ears.
No, you don't.
Way too loud. 4 times quieter.
There?
How's that? Is that okay?
Even less, you old men. Oh, it's the birthday song. That's nice. Now I can hear it.
You say it's your birthday.
I say it is.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
You're now
40?
40.
What?
Trying to sing the song.
No, he's trying to say a word.
I'm trying to say
It's 40.
40.
You got another birthday
40.
song tribute? Let's see. I think we got another one here. Hang on.
There's so many.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Art Paul Schlosser wishing you a happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
I
So
love
you-
his voice.
Yeah.
You have any special plans for today?
For today,
Doing-
no, just working, doing
that's
my
it?
thing. Yeah. Well, I've got a leak in my garage now.
What?
I shoveled for the very first time yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I shoveled because my plow does not work.
Your snowblower?
My snowblower.
You just bought that, didn't you?
Don't even ask.
What's
I haven't
wrong?
gotten it working yet. It's missing
You put
screws.
it together wrong, didn't you? You had extra parts left over?
No, I didn't put it together. Somebody else did and didn't put it together. And there are no screws in it. So it'll just, fall apart like a big toy of...
Is it a battery?
It's a battery operated. I can't wait to see if it works, but now I'm going to have to shovel
Well, that's
again.
ridiculous. It should start just like that.
Well, it should if the parts were not
Put
missing.
together.
Yes.
Were the parts not all in the box when you opened it up?
I let some kid do it,
Really?
and he did not finish, and he did not put screws in, and then he walked away.
He didn't notify you? Oh,
No.
boy.
Well, there's a big
That's
alert
sad.
out there saying
Sam,
that no
maybe
one
you
should
could-
leave their house on Saturday because of the storm,
Shut
too much snow.
Yeah, all
Actually,
three
yeah.
all three of you are getting up there in age. I don't want you to throw out your
my
back
gosh. That's right.
shoveling,
He just said
especially
that.
Gordy.
Right.
You've got slopes around your house. Your
do?
sidewalk is on an incline.
It
You
is?
don't salt your sidewalk.
I do it very lightly, yes, with table salt. Just
Tables, just a little sprinkle.
right.
A little sprinkle.
That's all you need, really. Yeah.
And Catherine, you had to buy a house in the middle of nowhere.
I know, I did. It's really out there. But
So
the
you've
plowing
invited
happened
people
already.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Yeah,
good.
I still got
guess.
hold of my friends in Chicago to see if they'll make the trip, but I doubt it.
Yeah, I doubt it.
All last minute.
Well, you have the
I
weather
wasn't
to
gonna
blame.
do
You
this.
can blame the weather now.
It's the weather.
Because
the weather.
it's going to snow all day tomorrow, and looks
I'm
like
just gonna
Saturday.
watch some black and white movies on Saturday night. That's all I'm going to do.
Well,
Metropolis.
Wait,
we're
Oh,
running
yes.
Metropolis right now, the
Yes.
silent version
Yes.
of it.
Oh,
And
look
I
at
hope people
that.
are entertained by
That
it.
is very entertaining. That's beautiful. Yeah, no, I'm going to put the Great Dictator on the screen for
Oh,
sure.
are you?
I'm definitely going to. I've never watched that whole film.
That's 60 years old now, isn't it?
Shut.
Ooh.
It was
Get
not
ready.
made in 1965. I was not born in 1965.
No,
No.
you're denying that.
It's amazing that you knew that year right off the top of your head.
It just happens to be in my.
Well, on behalf of the John and Gordy Show
Yeah.
and everybody here at Civic Media Headquarters,
Yes, we
the
all
mothership, we all just wanted to
chime
wish
in.
you a happy birthday.
Thank
Happy
you very
birthday.
much.
And,
Show up on Saturday with a shovel.
Do we have any more happy birthday greetings?
Today is your birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Oh.
Happy
is that?
birthday to
Sam's
you.
cracking up.
Hang on.
Happy birthday, dear. Oh, I forgot your name. Happy birthday, dear. Who are you? Happy birthday to you.
Excellent.
Where's that from?
Wow.
It's one of our listeners. I don't know.
Sam is giggling. Is it Sam?
I sure wish I knew where it was from, but no, I don't.
It's just a random birthday greeting we found.
okay.
Yeah.
It's one of the best, though, isn't it?
It is.
You could apply to
Whoever you
anybody.
are.
Well, we hope you enjoy your day.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm
Good
surprised
job.
you even
Fun.
came in. Usually, take your birthday off, right?
Yeah.
I had to drive my kid to school as
Oh,
usual.
yeah. Well,
I'm
okay.
taking tomorrow off.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I think anybody your age should take a little time.
Yeah.
Yes.
You need to take it easy now.
Unbelievable.
You need to start slowing down a little bit.
It's all coming back to haunt me now. I don't get to call you guys old men anymore.
That's right. You have made it.
I made it.
Welcome to the club. Yeah.
All I can see is my mother doing all the shoveling and
Yeah.
plowing when I was a kid.
Really?
And I never went out there to say, can I help? I never did. And she was probably my age right now. I'm like, God, my
Yeah.
kid's not going to do that either.
Really? You haven't gotten your daughter out there? Why not?
It's the way things are now.
She should do chores, right?
She should. But no, not.
It's the way
I was
things are.
forced to shovel and to snow blow.
Yeah.
What's with
Because
your
you're a
guys'
sucker.
kids? yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
you're-
we hope you have a great
Thank you,
birthday,
thank you.
Catherine.
Thank you.
Yes.
All right.
Fun day.
That's going to wrap it up for John and
What
Gordy.
happened to all my leftovers?
I know. We didn't get to them.
Shoot.
I have a
Oh,
2-minute
Gotta
cut
stick
here.
them back in the fridge.
Okay.
Jimmy K will be in tomorrow with a Max Inc. preview, and also Pam Yankee. We'll check in with her. Hope you have a great day. Stephanie Miller's next. So long.
As we were saying, let the sun shine. Is the John and Gordy